2. You're welcome.
Good morning, welcome everyone to our board meeting here on August 20th, 2024. For those of you that don't know, this is a business meeting where we will be having an abbreviated session to review contracts and personnel that need to be approved before the beginning of the year. In addition to that, we will still be having community comments, but we will have no discussion or anything of that nature. We're going to stand for the salute to begin our meeting. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Right. Mrs. Smith, if you don't mind, could you please do the roll call?
Yes.
Thank you.
Adam Smith.
Adam Smith.
Julie Epstein.
Here.
Sandra Alvarez.
Here.
Emily Brooks. Emily Bays.
Remotely present.
Deborah Brooks.
Here in person.
Rachel Gilliard.
Not present.
Lynette Malcolm.
Here. And for everyone, just for the record, both Emily Bays and Adam Smith are remote, one in New York and one in Greece. If anyone's in their area and noticed on the agenda, they can pop in for this abbreviated meeting. All right, with that, I'm going to make a motion to adopt the agenda for August 20th, 2024. Do I have a second? Ms. Brooks, all in favor? I'm going to start with Emily and Adam. Emily?
In favor.
Adam?
In favor.
Everyone else, 6-0. All right, we'll move on here. And we go right to community comments this morning. So let's go to the clipboard. Just want to remind those of you that are here for the community comments, you have 3 minutes to participate. If you just state your name, you'll make sure you're presenting loud because we don't have a microphone today so that we can hear you. Any questions that are asked, we answer them in the next meeting in old business.
Okay.
Go ahead. And Kate Tracy, I have as the first person here on the.
We're gonna switch.
We're gonna switch?
Yeah, that's it.
Julie, put your phone on the speakers.
I sure can. Jolene.
So it's Lauren Toll.
Oh, Lauren Toll. Okay, sorry.
Yes,
Yes,
yeah. Oh, that's okay.
I'm just so. Go ahead.
Lauren Toll, SUSA parent. I know you just mentioned the format of the meeting. I know typically our questions aren't answered until the next time. But considering the next meeting is after the start of school, I wondered if anyone's able to share an enrollment update, particularly for SUSA and particularly for the 4th grade. If we have any updated numbers that we might be able to share today.
So I think at this time, why don't we go through the community comments and then we'll revisit in just a minute after all the comments are stated. Is that okay?
Sounds good.
All right, so that's your question, is an
That's my
update on that?
question.
Perfect. All right, Kate Tracy, do you want to go?
Sure. I'm Kate Tracy. I had 3 kids in the district, 1 at Weber and 2 at SUSA. Relating to Lauren's comment, I have a 4th grader who I'm really concerned about class size, as are several other parents. So I just wanted to come last kind of chance before the school year begins. And just that this has been an ongoing discussion. And my main point is that the community just approved a really big budget increase. And this isn't news that we've been looking for equity across class size in SUSA and of course across the district. And I'm hearing that possibly there's not going to really be any relief for the 4th graders. And this would be the 2nd, possibly 3rd year where I feel like, especially my daughter in particular, has suffered. But she's a really smart kid, but she really needs a lot of, focus. And if there's a lot of distraction going on, which in a classroom of 19, there's some distraction. In a classroom of 26 or 27, there's tons of distraction. And I don't think we should just let it go. So I'm here to really advocate for that. And thank you.
And then I have Jolene Daniela, is that correct, Daniela?
Yes. Hi, everyone. I'm Jolene Daniela. I'm also a 4th grade SUSA mom. As Kate and Lauren mentioned, we kind of represent a much larger group of parents. You're probably wondering where they all are. Well, most of them are at work. I work for a mom for a woman who has 5 kids. So when I told her I needed to be here to miss a client meeting, she said, go for it. It's a very important matter. My daughter is in 4th grade. I recently went to Dr. Hines' presentation about the transition school and that really critical period of psychological and emotional development that these children are going to come across in 5th and 6th grade. And that really stuck with me, and it stuck with the board, obviously, because you approved the committee to explore that period, and I applaud you for that. It's an important, critical period in our children's development. But in front of you, you have parents of this rising 4th grade class giving you real difficult stories of children who have had a decline in the 3rd grade, and now they're approaching the 4th grade, and this is due to those large class sizes. And I feel like we're missing an opportunity to set these kids up for that critical period that Dr. Hines wants to explore of psychological and emotional development by keeping them in these suboptimal environments. And so my question to you, I think I put this in an email, I haven't received a response yet. I know you guys are super busy and I respect that, it's a busy time of year, but what's changing from last year to this year in that 4th grade cohort? Are you guys giving SUSA more resources? Will they have full-time aides? I understand there's not a section being added, which is disappointing, but in lieu of that, something has to change from last year to prevent these same stories from repeating themselves. So my question to be answered from you all is what resources is SUSA being given? And I'm a huge fan of the SUSA family and Mrs. Sheehan and the teachers, but they can only do so much with what they're given. So I want that question answered. And I also would like to know, I understand you guys are monitoring the situation, but if more kids come in during the year, what's the plan? Are we gonna break the cap? Are we gonna add a section at that time? I can't imagine that would be the plan because that'd be very difficult to do. So I wanna know, and I think the 4th grade parents deserve to know when and if more children do come in, because we're at capacity now, what the plan will be. So I would like those 2 questions answered, please.
Yes. Just state your name.
Yep. Kevin Moeller, I have a son in 4th grade at SUSA as well. Just to build on everything that was said, this has been an ongoing issue. This cohort entered kindergarten during COVID. They had 17 to 18 kids in the 4, sections, classes. Over the course of the next 2 or 3 years, an entire grade of children were added. 27 additional children were added to this cohort, and the district has not adjusted for that increase. So all the kids that came in since this 4 section was set up in kindergarten, the district has not adjusted. And so now we are at cap in each of those 4 classrooms. That's not really what we expect from the school system. On top of that, this is not something new. We met with Dr. Hines in April. We met with Ms. Sheehan in April. We met with Dr. Hines and Ms. Sheehan again in June. In April, we were told, tell us your stories. Tell us the impact that this has had. And we were heard, or we thought we were heard. In June, we were told, in April, we were told, wait for the budget to pass. So all of these parents are sitting here waiting for the budget to be passed, advocating for it, expecting change. We did. June came, in no uncertain terms, we left that meeting very clear that our children would not be in the same suboptimal conditions for the next year. And we understand the 2nd grade class cohort or section has been added. But we talked about more than 2nd grade. We talked about the incoming 4th grade. No uncertain terms. We had 12 adults, 12 parents in that room representing over 75 other parents on a very, very active WhatsApp group. We left that room very, very clear from the superintendent. We were not going to be in the same situation that we were last year. And we are days before school starts and these sections are being sent out, and we need answers. If you're not adding another section, what are you going to do? If we have 1 additional child that comes throughout the year, are you piercing the cap? Are you adding assistant teachers? There's already an ICT classroom with 2 adults in it. So that's 3 additional, if you don't add another section, that's 3 additional student assistant teachers in those classrooms that you need to do. Something has to change. It's inappropriate that we are told one thing and that doesn't happen. And to be honest, that breeds loss of trust in the administration, in the Board of Education. You can't have very clear statements being made and then not follow up with action. So my question to you is, what are you planning on doing?
Anyone else? Thank you for those comments. Typically, it is not our practice to respond in light of some of the questions and comments. I'm going to break practice slightly if the board is okay with that. First and foremost, there are no administrators present at this meeting right now. As the Board of Education, we govern by policy, and the policy that is written is that class size is at, max for that particular fourth grade cohort. The maximum in our policy is 26 students. The Board of Education is involved with the administration if we are going to go in excess of that policy, or if there's a waiver asked for that, the administration would come to us. And then that would be part of a discussion that we would have. At this time, the administration, we can say as the last enrollment report that we saw last week, that fourth grade section is at capacity. So they are not in excess, they're at capacity in all of the sections. What does that mean? We have not been advised by the administration, we have not been asked to make any changes per our policy, we are still within our policy. We don't know any more answers to that question. But we have heard what you have said. This is all that I can share at this time. I don't know if any other board members want to chime in, but this is where we stand at this point. I apologize that there are no administrators. The purpose of this meeting, as we announced before, was that we're going to approve contracts and personnel prior, and we had said it at a past meeting. So I would just continue that you continue to reach out, follow the chain of command, and reach out to Ms. Sheehan. You can continue to email the Board of Education and Dr. Hines, but that's where we stand at this point.
I would like to add, so since the board president, Adam Smith, is here remotely, he's heard all of the comments and also has received all the emails. And I trust that Adam and Julie, as the officers, will go back to Dr. Hines with these comments and ensure that there is some type of follow-up.
Of course, definitely. Okay. Thank you. All right. Does anyone else have anything to comment? Okay. With that then, we will go forward. We have no discussion item. We do have the approval at item 11. Making a motion to approve the meetings from the August 6th Board of Education meeting. Do I have a second? I'm going to say Ms. Alvarez this time. Emily, how do you vote? And Adam?
Yes.
Okay, and the rest of the board? So it's 6-0. Moving on. We don't have any formal committee reports. I'm going to go to Ms. Brooks first, so she'd like to tell us about the dates for the Policy and Personnel Committee. Go ahead.
Yes, I just wanted to say that hard at work over the summer selecting topics which we will present at the September meeting, but we have been able to finalize the dates for our meetings pending no need to change them throughout the year. They are listed under committee reports, so anybody who's very excited about attending a Policy and Personnel Committee meeting can fill up their calendars today, and our next meeting will be September 27th for the new year.
Wonderful. I will tell you, Budget and Facilities is on September 23rd at 9 a.m. Curriculum is on September 20th at 10 a.m. And Audit is on September 25th at 9 a.m. So those will be very busy days. Thank you. And the other dates will be put on the calendar for all of the other meetings as they are forthcoming. We do, an emergency preparedness, thank you, committee meeting is going to be on Wednesday, October 23rd at 6:30 p.m. Thank you. We are now to the consent portion of our agenda, which is the big reason that we're here. I'm going to make a motion to approve items 13.1.1 through 13.6.1. Do I have a second? Ms. Malconian? Ms. Bays, how do you vote? Okay, and Adam?
What she said.
Okay, and the rest of the board, do we approve? Which is 6-0. I would also like to take this time to thank the Ed Foundation for their generous grants, both for the balance of grants for the 23-24 school year and also for the generosity for their grants for the 24-25 school year that are listed on our agenda. In addition to that, I'd like to thank the HEARTS program for their grants that they're administering to the administration or to the district for 24-25. And so thank you to both of those organizations that provide such value. Moving on to item 14, we have our listing of surrogate parents. We did not have them for the reorganization, so we are having them now. I have a motion to approve item 14.1. Ms. Alvarez, and all in favor, Ms. Bays?
Yay.
Okay, all in favor here, 6-0, fantastic. We have no policy, no new business, no more community is present to present their opportunity to be heard. So I'm gonna make a motion to adjourn this meeting, knowing that we're meeting again September 10th in the morning to do any emergency related contracts or personnel right after the beginning of the school year. So it will be a meeting much like this. So I have a motion to adjourn. I'm gonna say that Ms. Brooks is seconding it. All in favor, Emily and Adam? Adam, yes? I think Adam, you're a yes? I heard Emily say 2 yeses.
My ex was bad, so. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say.
Oh, you're abstaining from adjourning?
Just kidding.
Oh, okay. All right, 6-0.
Okay.
All right, then, we'll see everyone at our next meeting on the 10th. Again, that will run very similar to this one. So thank you and enjoy the final days of summer. Hold on, I'm gonna turn the camera.